At midnight, Socialist Zohran Mamdani will be sworn in as mayor of New York City at a private ceremony. Then, later tomorrow, his public inauguration ceremony will be a star-studded socialist event with AOC delivering opening remarks. Bernie Sanders will be administering the oath of office. Going to be quite a shindig. Congressman Mike Lawler, Republican from New York, joins us this morning. Great to see you, Congressman. Do you expect Mamdani will be able to follow through on his socialist agenda? What say you?
I do. I think you've seen since Bernie Sanders ran for president and AOC won that congressional seat back in 2018, the Democratic Party has marched leftward. And the fact is that you have had socialists like Mamdani elected across the country. He is now the face of the Democratic Party effective midnight tonight. And I think he's going to do everything in his power, not only to advance his agenda, but to hold Kathy Hochul, hold Chuck Schumer, hold Hakeem Jeffries hostage, frankly, and move them further to the left on these issues and with the threat of primaries and candidates that he will endorse. You already see 6 New York Democratic congressional members are being primaried by the radical left, and he and his cohorts are behind it.
But is the city ready for it? I mean, his agenda, I just don't think it can work. I don't think there's the money for it. He can't continue to tax the rich to pay for it all. It's nonsensical.
Well, of course it's not going to work. It has never worked anywhere it's been tried, and there's a reason why so many folks from around the globe have fled communism and socialism to come to the United States in search of opportunity and a better life, primarily economic opportunity through our capitalist markets. So, no, it's not going to work, but he's going to push and push and push. And there's a reason New York leads the nation in outmigration. And it's because of the tax climate. Yeah. And he's proposing raising taxes by $9 billion. And Kathy Hochul is going to bend to his will. It's pathetic, frankly.
Yeah, pathetic and insane. All right, next one for you, Congressman. Obamacare subsidies are set to expire today. But the Trump administration working to make health care more affordable. Listen to this.
This is the single biggest investment in rural health care in our nation's history. It was a visionary move by the president and by Congress to allocate $50 billion, which, to put it in perspective, is 50% more money than these areas of the country get from Medicaid right now. There's 60 million people at least who live in rural America. They're all going to benefit.
$50 billion in rural health care. Congressman, how much would that go to offset the Obamacare subsidies ending?
Well, there's a number of issues here. The $50 billion Rural Health Fund was a big win as part of the Working Families Tax Cut bill that we passed earlier in the year. This is something that we wanted to make significant investments in rural health care and for rural referring hospitals and make sure that people have access to care. So this is a big investment. You know, New York State is going to see over $200 million investment this year. So that's a significant boost to rural health care facilities. But there's a larger issue, which is the fact that Obamacare has failed. And, you know, since Obamacare took effect, health insurance premiums across the country have risen 96%, while health insurance company profits have risen by over 2,000%. Remember, Obamacare was written by the health insurance companies for the health insurance companies, and it's why these subsidies, as currently constructed, don't really work, because all you're doing is subsidizing the insurance companies while they continue to raise rates. We want reforms. We want to make sure that healthcare costs comes down. We want to reform the system overall, but you have to do it in a logical way. That's why I have fought to have a short-term extension of the enhanced premium tax credit with reforms, including income limits, insurance reforms, eliminating zero premium plans. We want to bend the curve and we want to phase it out, but it has to be done smartly. You can't just cut it off and expect health insurance premiums to come down. They're not going to. And that's why I'm fighting so hard to get this done.
I hear you. Very quickly on this last one, Congressman, you're going into the new year ready for a closely watched race in the midterms. How concerned are you about any radical shift to the left?
Look, I have one of the toughest districts in the country, one of only 3 Republicans representing a district. Kamala Harris won. But I'm used to tough races. I beat the chair of the DCCC back in 2022. I won in a race with $42 million being spent. I suspect next year about $60 million. But my district knows who I am. They know that I fight for them. We delivered one of my biggest promises, which was lifting the cap on salt, a huge win for my district. Over 90% of my constituents will be able to fully deduct their state and local taxes. I think as people understand the policies that we have fought to enact, they will see the benefit, and we will do well next year.
Very good. We'll leave it there. Congressman Mike Lawler, thank you, sir, and Happy New Year to you.